cost to get there. Hey, it's not true. Not true at all. Because there are programs that IELTS and other English tests are not required. You need to have a big amount of money in the bank. Great news! Not all the time, because there are programs that proof of funds are not mandatory to process your application. It is expensive. False. We have options, and part of it is planning and goal setting. There is an age limit for a study permit. There is definitely no discrimination when it comes to learning new skills or studying a new course. The process is difficult. Not really, because the Visa Center is there for you every step of the way. How much is the cost of my application? The best thing for us to do is to ask the TVC consultants, wherein they will give us the comprehensive pricing scheme depending on the country that you would like to apply for, the program that you're eligible to take, and the type of visa that you prefer.
Here are some of the amazing benefits of becoming an international student in Canada. Apart from having an internationally recognized qualification, you can work part-time during your study and full-time during semester breaks. Your partner can work unlimited hours as a holder of permanent work permit during your study. Apply for postgraduate work permit after your study and stay in Canada with your family. You may include kids in your application and they can study for free in public schools. As an international student, you gain extra points for your permanent residence application. You and your partner may qualify for permanent residence after only 1 year of full-time work experience. Enjoy the fantastic climate and quality of life in Canada. Know if you are qualified today. The Visa Center, shaping a better future.
Today, May 20, so finally approved na po yung application. Thank you, TBC. Highly recommended.
Saang country po tayo na-approve po?
Canada.
Today nalaman na po namin na approve na po kami sa Canada.
Okay.
Through Facebook, si Sir Juni kasi lagi siyang, before, di ba, lagi siya nagbablog. So, doon namin nakakilala yung TVC.
So, kailan po na-submit yung application nyo and then kailan po siya na-approve?
February 26 yung lodging date namin. And today, May 20.
Apo.
So, finally approved na po yung application namin.
Ano po yung pwede nyong sabihin sa mga inspiring clients na gusto mag-migrate sa Canada?
I-expect na natin na merong delay. Pray lang talaga. Kasi alam naman natin na lahat ng pinag-pray natin is magiging mag-grant one day, which is today, nag-grant na nga yung application namin going to Canada. Thank you, TBC. Highly recommended.
Okay, so hello guys. Good evening po sa inyong lahat. Isang magandang Saturday evening po sa lahat po ng mga viewers natin and welcome to the Visa Center Q&A with Fun Game. Ayan, so standby po kayo guys kasi nga later on, as we always share no, that every Facebook Live, meron po tayong dalawang winner ng 2,000 dirhams worth of discount from the Visa Center sa mga kababayan natin dyan watching from, let's say outside from United Arab Emirates or outside Philippines. And good evening po sa inyong lahat. At syempre, later on, meron tayong i-feature ngayon na college na naman, school partner natin na nasa Canada. So kasi nga, sunod-sunod po ang request natin no, for our followers and our viewers talaga that really wanted to understand more ano yung mga proseso if you wanted to become an international student sa Canada. And of course, dahil nga itong ating school partner, ayan, so mas detalyado ang isi-share na information sa inyong lahat ngayon. Kaya if you guys know anyone that are interested or who are interested to become an international student in Canada, ayan po, please do share our Facebook Live para po makapag-interact sila after the presentation. Okay? And also, syempre makakasama natin in the second half of our Facebook Live ang isang magaling nating education and immigration consultant from the Visa Center. Bakit ba sasabihin ko from Abu Dhabi? And kasi nga po, para sagutin naman ang inyong mga katanungan, if you are going to ask or clarify about permanent residency in Canada. So kaya nga po, ang ating show is Q&A. So you can ask anything po dito sa ating show. Okay? So ito may ilang mga viewers tayo dyan. Ayan, so we have Jeff Kabubas is actually watching. Ayan, thank you so much guys for watching. And of course, lahat ng mga viewers natin na nasa Pilipinas, ayan, magandang gabi po sa inyo. It's past 10 p.m. na po dyan. Alam ko ngayon nalaman ko pala dahil because of pandemic, di ba? Because of pandemya, yung mga tao sa Pinas medyo late na sila natutulog. So yung 10 a.m. pala is still early para sa kanila. Kaya naman marami sa atin ang nakakasabay sa ating Facebook Live. Kaya yon, okay? So guys, standby kayo. Alright? Kasi nga maya-maya ipapakilala na natin ang ating mga kasama. Of course, masaya to kasi nga we are going to be discussing yung school nila, yung services, ano nga ba yung mga benefits syempre ng pagiging students nila, and pagiging student niyo rather, ayan, sa kanilang school. At syempre isa pong Pilipina ang makakasama natin maya-maya. Kaya antabayanan niyo yan. And of course, we have here si Jack J. Paharon. Good evening po, Sir Juni from Philippines. Ayan, good evening po sa inyong lahat, guys. And of course, ito nga, no, ilang araw na lang Pasko na. Di ba? Yung iba nagsisimula na mag-decorate ng kanilang mga Christmas decoration. Pero unfortunately, wala pa akong decoration. Pero ayun, nagiging masaya na kasi ang taon nito, ang season, kasi tapos na yung yung araw ng mga kaluluwa, right? That's November 1. Ayan, All Souls Day and All Saints Day. Tapos na siya. And of course, Paul Ong is also watching us. So ulitin lang natin, 2 winners of 2,000 dirhams ang ipamimigay natin maya-maya sa second half ng ating Facebook Live. So stand by guys, we will be back after this couple of commercial from our featured school today. So please, let us watch this.
I study at Confederation College because the school offers a state-of-the-art facilities, and when it comes to education system, they have really they gave you a really nice education when it comes to different programs you have. I really like my program right now because we do create a certain program for a specific different age group, which it's really giving them the quality of life they have. As they offer support services like tutoring, peer mentoring. If you have problems with one of your subjects, you can go there. When you're here, everyone treated as equal and fairly. So that's the one that I really like most at Confederation College.
Good news dito ngayon sa The Visa Center at ayan na ang kanilang mga visa. And so saan po tayo na-approve?
Canada po.
Okay. So short lang po story. Paano niyo po nahanap yung The Visa Center at bakit dito kayo nagtiwala na magpa-process ng inyong visa?
Through Facebook sir, nakita ko din, nag-message ako. Yung nakausap ko nung si Sir Lawrence. Tapos yun na sir, kung kami yung pa-assist, yun na po, dire-diretso na po.
Ayun. So sir, message naman po sa mga followers namin na about sa Visa Center.
Kung gusto niyo pong magpa-assess going to Canada or Australia, punta lang po kayo sa Visa Center and we guarantee na legit po sila and tutulungan po nila kayo to attain your dreams.
Proven and tested po, highly recommended. Legit na legit po.
Alright, thank you po.
Ito na po ang aming visa.
Yeah, finally.
Okay, so we are back guys dito sa ating Facebook Live Q&A with fun games ng The Visa Center. Ayan sa mga viewers natin. And thank you so much guys sa lahat po naman nag-share at nag-heart sa ating Facebook Live. We are actually shared po sa ilang Facebook page din ng The Visa Center. So ito, batiin muna natin ang ilan sa mga viewers natin. Ayan, so sabi dito ni Red Apple, totoo po bang if student pathway ang kukunin dapat hindi exceed daw ng 5 years gap after graduation or mga undergrad? Ay, napakagandang tanong yan, no? But then, don't worry, Red, no? Huwag ka mawala ng pag-asa kasi there's always an option, okay? There's always a validation na pwede natin gawing justification for your intent of applying as an international student. So standby ka lang. Alam ko sinabi mong napaagang yung tanong. Ayan, don't worry. And of course, to Ivan James who's watching. Yeah, good evening po. Watching from Dubai. And we have Duzon Sherilyn. Good evening po. I'm watching from Oman. Ayan, sa mga kababayan natin dyan na nanonood, syempre, sa iba't ibang parte ng Middle East. Ayan, good evening po sa inyong lahat. Kumusta na ba ang mga buhay-buhay? Di ba nararamdaman natin medyo okay na rin naman yung yung situation, lalo na po dito sa Dubai, we can feel na medyo okay na po dito. So alamin natin mamaya-maya ang Canada naman. Ano yung update doon? Kasi nga as we know, some of our approved applicants, nando na po sila sa Canada ngayon. So ito na, wag natin patagalin ang makakasama natin tonight. Alright? She is actually the in-country manager for Philippines ng Confederation College. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Krystel Valenzuela. Hi, Miss Krystel.
Hello.
Good evening.
Mag-round of applause sana ako eh. Kala ko may background music na clap. Good evening. Good evening, Sir Junie. And I think it's a it's good evening. And maybe some of your audience, it's good afternoon or good morning. So whichever part of the world you are, thank you for joining our session today. It's very exciting, of course, especially this is presented by the Visa Center and hosted by the one and only Sir Junie.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, ito na Ms. Krystel, I'm sure most of our viewers now are really excited no? Kasi mukhang marami ang nakatutok sa atin ngayon. Pero before your presentation, ano yung current update natin ngayon when it comes to Confederation College? Kasi may mga ilan ako nakikita online na busy na yung mga parents na maghatid ng kanilang mga kids sa school sa Canada. So okay na ba yung border? Let's say pag nag-apply ba sila ng kanilang start ng kanilang application rather, wala na ba, kailan ba yung next na intake natin na pwede nilang asahan?
Yes, and it's diba? It's quite fascinating, and you've seen it from the news that the government of Canada, they actually opened up now already their economy and of course the border even last year pa for the international students. So it opened. I recall it's way back August, if I'm not mistaken, last year. So they only allow yung if of course you're a resident, you are a citizen. You are a family member, of course, you're a Canadian citizen, and if you're an international student, but not only that, together with your dependents. So, and your situation. So, circling back to your question, what's the situation right now? It's also quite stunning to find out that in Ontario specifically, kasi doon located yung ating campus, which is the biggest, of course, population for international students, Ontario province in Canada. And they were able to really handle the situation quite well. And I guess madaming factors in the people, the government, the vaccine available. And Canada has been very big on their healthcare system. So
Yes.
alam naman natin yan even before pandemic, right, Sir Juni? Alam mo yan.
Oo, and
And
of course, yung nga nakikita natin, kaya nga kahit panahon ng pandemya, yung kasagsagan mismo ng pandemic, napakadami pa rin mga Pilipino, lalo na mga Pilipino, ang nagsastart na kailang mga application. Kasi nga, during pandemic time, doon nila na-realize kung sino talaga yung country that can actually support yung mga nandun. So, of course,
yes,
Canada is one of those country talaga na nakita natin that are receiving allowance from the government, support
yes.
talaga for them to survive yung situation.
Right. To mention about the college, kasi we do have, you did highlight about the student services. And yun yung isa yung importanting factor of your selection process. Kasi sa totoo lang, we're very impressed na with all the colleges and universities in Canada. And the more na nag-level up ba ng kanilang support sa students. And for example, during the pandemic, our students, if they are in need of some food, although may capacity naman, kasi may available job, in fact, merong mga specific sector na alam naman natin na talagang in dire need. Naging triple pa yung pagbigay sa kanila ng work, yung allowances nila dinoble pa. May specific industry. And sa school, we gave out we have a food bank if kailangan ng student ng, some food. It does help a lot. But fortunately, our location, Thunder Bay, Ontario, despite the pandemic, we're very happy to inform you na kahit na ganun ang nangyari, may available jobs for the part-time student and the postgraduate work. I'll be discussing on that later on. Highlight natin yan.
Yes, at saka syempre, yan ay ang kinukwento ni Miss Krystel, no? Is yung nakaraan pa niyan. Pero of course, since nakikita nga natin ngayon na paluwag na ng paluwag at saka nagiging normal na ang ang mga communities syempre sa Canada. So ibig sabihin nito guys, dapat maging isa na kayo sa ilan sa mga approved applicants natin na actually nakalipat na po doon. So magandang discussion ito ngayon. So now, I know all of you are really excited and para po sa presentation po ni Miss Krystel. But of course, patingin ko lang ang ilan sa mga viewers natin. We have Michael Bandivas. And good evening daw. And of course, good evening din kay Criselda Montimayor. Ayan guys, ulitin ko lang. Tutok po kayo and hanggang sa second half ng ating Facebook Live kasi po mamimigay tayo ng 2 winners ng 2,000 dirhams discount sa inyong application dito po sa The Visa Center. So, Ms. Krystel, if your presentation is ready, ayan, pwede na po natin i-share.
Okay, so allow me to pull out my presentation and let's see. Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so while waiting for that, guys, ito sa mga viewers natin, if you have question po, anything about international student visa sa Canada po, feel free to write down in our comment box para po at the end of our presentation po, masagot po natin yan isa-isa. Okay? So now, I'm going to share the screen and, all right, wait lang.
Then all good? Sir Juni, just in case kasi technicalities like I'm based in the Philippines, baka may intermittent connection sa internet. Also, whatever audio, please do not hesitate to alert me. Just chat if there's something pag-lag. Reload natin yan. Alam naman sitwasyon. Okay, so all set? So I can present right now.
All right. Go ahead, Ms. Krystel. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so this is again, good evening. My name is Krystel Valenzuela, and I represent Confederation College. Actually, this is quite exciting kasi alam ko ang ating viewers are again across the globe. And I myself, I'm a former overseas Filipino worker, and I'm very happy to be having this discussion with since I'm former OFW with our heroes based across the globe. And so, as mentioned by Sir Juni, ang ating topic ngayon will be talking about the college. And as you can see, this screen right now that I'm showing you, the picture, the what you're seeing from the screen, this is where the college is located. And as you can see, this represents different, I'd say, industries. If you are from the aviation industry, maritime, business, academe, healthcare community, also skills and trades engineer, safety management, those who are in the mining industry, gas and oil, well, this is a great location for you, as you can see from the deck that I am showing you right now. We boast different or a diversity when it comes to our economic or different industries. Kasi when you talk about Canada, napaka-diverse niyan. At may specific ano sila, key sector per province. So it doesn't mean na, for example, in Alberta, their key sector may be in the gas and oil and business. And other parts in Ontario, it may be technology. So it really has a very unique feature per province, and at the same time depends on the specific area. And we are located in Thunder Bay, Ontario. And this, other people would call it, or yung mga Xennials or Millennials, would call it T-Bay, hashtag T-Bay. And others would call it Lakehead. So, but we are, of course, located in Thunder Bay, Ontario. What are we going to expect in this presentation? So kindly bear with me. I'm going to make sure, though, that this will be absolutely worth your time. I value your time and respect your time so much. So I want to make sure that all the information that I'm going to share would be for your advantage, not only for yourself, but for your family, because that is one of the, I guess, the perks of studying in Canada, or if you're going to go through this path, through the study pathway. All right, so what are we going to expect today? We need to know about the community, because when you select a college or a university in Canada, you need to know the overall, like where is it located? Like, will this location provide me ample or abundant opportunities while I'm studying? Will this will this college provide me the skills that I will be needing if I decide to apply what I've learned in Canada and work there eventually, or if you want to work in the States, in the neighboring country, or elsewhere, or you want to go back to the Middle East, or go back to the Philippines, or wherever you are, will this be a global, or I'd say the skills that you're going to learn will be applicable wherever? And of course, will you have like decent number or decent opportunities while studying, because you can do part-time job on or off campus? What about the postgraduate work? Kasi baka yun nga yung ultimate goal nyo is to also apply what you've learned in Canada and work there for quite some time, or even for a longer period of time. Another thing that you need to know about is, well, this area, okay, where the college is located, Thunder Bay, is this a safe place for me? I know, and maybe you've done your research as well, that Canada in general is one of the safest countries in the world. You need to identify also what specific yung happening safe to, meaning to say, can I have a balanced lifestyle, recreation, work, study, play, not only for myself, but also for my family? So these are the things that we really need to know about. And another important factor is that this is actually a great feature of the study pathway. Will this provide me settlement plans or a permanent residency route? Okay, if I study at this community, this area, the skills that I've learned, will I be able to be eligible to apply to a certain permanent residency route? And that I'll be discussing a little bit only lang through the RNIP, or the Rule in North Immigration Pilot Program. And of course, we're going to talk about the college. Okay, so the next screen, I want you to pay close attention. I'm going to share a very quick video of our community, Thunder Bay, Ontario, and also please look at the left part of the screen and you'd see the profile of the community. So please watch this.
Home. Some say it's where the heart is. But there's no place like it. In Thunder Bay, we all embrace a life that's unapologetically northern. Because for us, home is more than where we are. It's who we are. We're a rare breed. We roll with the punches and go with the flow. We carve our own niche and blaze our own trails. Our pioneering spirit unifies us, makes us a community. North side, south side, at the end of the day, we're all on the same side. This is our stomping ground, our natural habitat. And whether you choose Thunder Bay or Thunder Bay chose you, this is home.
Right. It does seem like a parang tourism video because actually I forgot to mention that is one of the key sectors in Thunder Bay. If you're from the hospitality industry or service or food service industry, well, this is a great location for you. And you've seen the video how diverse even the population is from youngsters to adults and to the elderly. Again, this is a pool of different demographics, different population. And you can see now in the left part of the screen po, look at this. It's very strategic when it comes to its geography. Thunder Bay is about 90 minutes away from Toronto. Of course, that's by flight. And we're about 9 hours away from Manitoba and 50 kilometers or 4 hours away from Minnesota, the USA. So, what does it actually convey to you? As a student and also for the community, it means that ito general rule, right? If bukas ang isang area, okay, it's a geographically strategic, as I've mentioned. If the area is open, it means that a lot of people come in and out in the community, and of course that gives an economic influx. I think you would definitely agree on that, especially what happened during the pandemic. People come in, therefore the economy is more open, and there will be again abundant jobs waiting for you during, well, while you're studying. You can do part-time job, and of course for postgraduate opportunities. And despite the fact that the area is quite open, the COVID situation is very much controlled here. They have implemented very rigorous COVID protocol, and that's what we also admire, and we are so grateful with the community of Thunder Bay. In fact, to date, I believe we have zero COVID case. It's been happening for about 2 months right now. Magkakaroon lang siguro one or two, and then it's gone again after a few days, few weeks. And that's the situation, despite that this is actually a very open community. And another side is that you, as a student, you'll be able to move around, to hover around this area. If you want to go to Manitoba, you can go there by land. And if you want to go to the US and of course apply for tourist visa, then you can also cross the border quite conveniently. So indeed, very strategic app. And our area, as you can see from here, this is we're the third busiest airport in Ontario. So given that, again, this kind of profile, third busiest airport in Ontario, largest import land in the world. So barges coming in and out in our area, in our city. And that again, if I did mention, if you're from the maritime or I'd say in the safety and the skilled trade industry, well, this is again one of the our key sectors in Thunder Bay. Okay, so this profile hopefully enticed you to really think about selecting Confederation College. Now, moving forward, one of the things that makes us, again, I believe, I'd say na talagang quite unique as well, is that our college do support our students about their settlement goals. And ito yung long-term goals nga. So at our area, we are actually very lucky. We're very fortunate that CEDC, sino ba si CEDC? Just to mention who this is. CEDC is the Community Economic Development Commission. So sila po yung nagpapatakbo ng economy po ng Thunder Bay. And they also not only that, very important though, they're also in charge of the recommendation to the community when you're eligible to apply for permanent residency through Rural and North Immigration Pilot Program, or RNIP. Well, I guess you're also familiar with the most famous one, Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, or AIPP. AIPP also is it's an effort from the government. There's a federal and provincial government. So the provincial government, and it's supposed to expire, well, this year, and it's an extended policy. And now, since it has thrived in the Atlantic area, it is, I believe, a permanent route, a permanent provincial route for those who would apply for PR in the Atlantic region. And similarly, this is also the goal for RNIP. And to circle back, si CEDC nga ang nag-approve at nag-endorse for those who are eligible to apply through the RNAP. And last February, Miss Emily of CEDC presented to the college and to our students about this great opportunity. And during this discussion, or this presentation, some of the students asked, Miss Laura, so what are my chances if I study at Confed? And she did state that really, really great chance. If you're a graduate of Confed College, if you've lived here, you have a work experience in Tibay, and at the time of your job application, your job offer is a permanent job at a priority occupation, then you'd really have an excellent chance. And what are the concrete statistics based on this? So apparently, okay, so the first draw for the RNIP in Thunder Bay was last year, as you can see here, 2020. And 50%, okay, this is staggering, 50% of the participants were actually graduates of Confederation College. Imagine, we were competing with another institution based in Thunder Bay, and also there's there are some foreigners who've been working in Thunder Bay for quite some time, but 50% of the chunk of these statistics are actually nominated, or are from Confederation College. And that is such a magnificent and stunning information. And so you might be curious. So during the first draw, ano yung occupation? Kasi may NOC din, or National Occupation Checklist, na kailangan naka-align. And evidently, and probably hindi naman natin we can't deny na yung number one still last year was from the healthcare and community industry. However, during this presentation, it is also brought about that they will be extending, and it is also for a fact that they did the recent draw, and they have expanded the occupation, and for 2021, yung latest draw, hindi na number one yung healthcare. Although nasa ano pa rin siya, nasa number two pa rin siya. I guess depende rin sa number na nag-apply from that industry. But number one for the 2021 draw, those who were nominated were from the real estate and the food service or hospitality industry. And next was from the healthcare and community industry. And the remaining piece of the pie are actually from the staggered na siya. Iba-iba ay staggered as expanded na pala siya. Expanded na siya sa iba-ibang industry. So may from academe, from skills and trade, from different kinds of business sector. And for us, that is a great information. Hindi siya saturated lang sa isang occupation. So we want fair and square nga as much as possible for all occupations across in Tibay. And what are the key factors to this success? As per Miss Laura of CEDC, that the graduates of Confeds, they do possess the qualification of what the community needs. Remember, I did mention about yung importante po yung skills na ma-apply natin. Although, I'm going to carry my bench, of course, we, as Filipinos, we are very, versatile, di ba? And we are also quite diligent and respectful, and that's another key factor. And level up na kasi most of the Filipino applicants are in fact graduates of a degree or degree holders. So pagpunta pa na doon, level up pa. So talagang they look up to us, and they have so much respect for the Filipino community. And in return, we should also respect the community as well. Okay, so this is about the RNIP, one of the PR or permanent residency route if you or graduated from Confederation College. However, there are also different routes, and it's not RNIP is not the only option. As per CEDC, you may be also qualified under Express Entry or OINP. Well, you might be thinking, ay, ang dali naman pala, ganito pala yung route. Well, it's not really easy. It's not some may be smooth sailing, but what we're trying to do right now is to give you a heads up on the possibilities. And you can again consult, of course, with the visa center on how would you would go about with your long-term plan. Okay, since they're also an expert on this facet. Okay, so now let's move forward. Hopefully, you're pretty much convinced about the perks of the community, and of course the immigration route if you would study at Confed College. Now, let's discuss about the college. Of course, we are a publicly funded institution, therefore we adhere with the rules and regulations of the government accordingly. We do have 9 campuses, but our main campus is based in Thunder Bay. And other programs are eligible for postgraduate work permit, or this would allow you or enable you to work in Canada after you finish or commence with your study. And the rule of thumb, of course, for one year program, that would be you'll be eligible for 1 year postgraduate, and for 2 years, it could be 2 to 3 years of postgraduate work permit. Okay. And as a student at Confed, what are some of the services that you would get to receive? Some lang po ito, so there's actually more to this. I don't think I need to highlight each and every aspect of this. But I could probably pick one or two. And here we have immigration and academic advising. This is quite common across institutions in Canada. We do have our in-house lawyer, wherein if you are in need of a guidance with your co-op or your paid internship permit or your postgraduate, if you may have some issues, or if you're confused kung ano nga ba yung mas applicable na immigration route, RNIP o OINP ba or CEC, which one is which, then you can consult with them. They will just provide you yung general information, of course. And another important factor is that, what about the employment help? Okay. And this is also one of the what I really appreciate about the college is they are very hands-on when it comes to providing the information. So how can you find opportunities while you are studying or maybe postgraduate? So first, let's talk about our school organization. This is for the students by students. So ang leaders ito or ang head ng SUCHI, so SUCHI is an organization at Confed, and this is run by students for students, and they give out different activities. In fact, recently they did like they're big on online games, and now may physical games now, or you can also participate in different activities and sports. They just announced that if you want to travel around Thunder Bay, they also have some packages that's on a discounted rate. They give out free food every Tuesday as well. And they also have some information about on-campus jobs. So you can also, you're eligible to do this. You can go for on and off-campus job while you are studying. And very popular, I think, for amongst the Filipinos is being a tutor. So it depends on what is available and which one you would also qualify for. Let's say, for example, I saw the early childhood educator assistant. Even you are not an early childhood educator, or sorry, if you don't have any background and you're not a student, you could also qualify for this. So it also depends. Student ambassador, there's a Filipina is representing for this. Now meron tayong student ambassador, which is a Filipina. She's really doing really well representing the college and very helpful as well. So this is for on campus, okay? And hopefully, when once you become a student, you'll be more knowledgeable about this. Of course, you will have the first-hand information. Next one, we also have a division called the Workforce Development Division, wherein some of our programs would have an embedded work placement. So may two categories yan. So ito yung tinatawag natin internship. Mas familiar siguro tayo dito. And with this one, it could be paid. So if it's paid, it's called co-op here. And the other one is work placement, and that would be no salary, sorry, no allowances. So depende yun sa program. Let's say, for example, personal support worker, culinary management, yan, meron yan. They have co-op or paid internship. So if you need some information or you need an employer for this program, you could seek out some guidance from the Workforce Development Division. Of course, it's for free. That is your right. And another one is, what about postgraduate work opportunities? We are in collaboration with Northwest Employment Works, and right now, folks, pwede niyo pong tignan. You can find out what are the available jobs even to as we speak. But must be advantage, syempre, if you are a student of Confed. Why is that? Because NEW, who are they? So they're actually an employment and tourism service provider, and they have three locations. And one of the location is based on campus, nasa Confederation College. So isang tumbling lang at pwede ka nang kumatok lang at mag-inquire about job prospects. Not only that, they also have job search, they also have workshops free. It's for free certifications that they provide to the students. And they have a job bank also wherein you can find out what would be suitable for you. They do open mic series as well for our students, to you, our prospective students, if you are looking for a certain job for your postgraduate work opportunities. Okay. And to also be, yung right now kasi we're doing hybrid, so it's a combination of face-to-face and virtual. But January, you're going to have face-to-face na so ang lahat ng communication for classes and of course for this kind of activities. And just to understand how it works, so ano yung example nito? So we have here our program called Developmental Services Worker. So this is under the category of community program, partially healthcare na rin siya. And for this program, it's a 2-year program and it has an embedded co-op or paid internship. So we even stipulate in our website where you can go for your co-op or your paid internship. We have it here. And also, pay attention, employment prospects. Graduates are hired by the following agencies in Thunder Bay. So this we also put there. We actually have some employers waiting for you. Of course, just we want to make sure that you are qualified, you commence with your studies, you attend all our free webinars, then you would definitely have some head start. Okay, but we actually have it here, and magandang feature to ng college. Ano sila, very big on assessing what the students need. Another important factor of as a student is I did mention about webinars. So we encourage our students that you attend, of course, the free webinars that the college has given out. And we have here recently we did the postgraduate work permit workshop, and we also did the Canadian income tax workshop. And again, everything is for free. And last week we did a webinar, a free webinar. We invited some lawyers as well, and they spoke about the immigration for your family. This is again very unique kasi normally we can just cover for the student, cover information ha. We can guide the student, but we did this free webinar for our prospective students and current students and discuss if they do have questions, if should they bring their family with them. Okay. And those are a few of the things that you will get to receive, of course, being an international student in Canada. Again, sana hopefully talagang we're there. We are almost convinced that this is a great avenue for you. And just to boost or level up yung information about how we encourage and support our students, how we are grateful to the community. We have here a short video from the Dean of College of International, Miss Miriam Wall, and she will say a little bit more on the opportunity. So please watch this.
I really commend the Canadian government because it has given the students a pathway to stay here. So students come, they study, they get used to living in Canada, they adapt to the culture, they improve their language, and then they graduate with a Canadian credential. And then the Canadian government makes it relatively easy for them to stay for anywhere up to 3 years to work here and apply everything they learned. We have an awful lot of
Right. Okay. So that was Miss Miriam Wald. Now let's move forward. We're going to talk a little bit about the program. So this is going to be very quick. We're gonna go here in passing. So the first one is we have the Faculty of Aviation. So we have here Aviation Center of Excellence, and or we call it ACE. So we have our own hangar, which is based at Thunder Bay International Airport, which our, I believe, of course, aviation students get to simulate in this facility. And it is approximately 12 to 15 minutes away from the school. So quite convenient siya by distance. And another popular industry, of course, in Canada, I think this has been known as well, technology and trade. So, what are the different programs under these faculty? So, we have here aviation, and next is for engineering, and we have natural resources, and of course skilled trades. Okay, and this we have the intakes. We also have the duration, so for how long it will be. Pag sinabing 2 years and not the whole year that you'll be studying, it depends also on the intake that you're gonna go for. But in reality, the classes would be about 8 months. Pag sinabi siyang 1 year, 8 months yung classes. So, and of course, if it's 2 years, 16 months. Okay. And these are our fees. But the great news is that if you're going through a, regular study permit, then you can pay it in terms or staggered payment. Okay, I'll be talking about that later on. Next one is we have the Faculty of Business, Hospitality, and Media Arts. And we have here the array of programs. You can take a screenshot and you can ask further later on from our partner, the Visa Center. Okay. Next is the Faculty of Community Services and Health. We have here these programs. Quite competitive dental assisting and dental hygiene. So for what I know, we've opened September intake already, and limited slots na rin si dental hygiene. Okay. All right. So next one is the postgraduate programs. We have here an array of different industries, from business to tech to health as well. So this is for the postgraduate programs or PGC program. You might be curious, anong difference, for example, ng MBA? MBA is normally sa university. And for colleges in Canada, it's a postgraduate certificate. Ang pinaka-core difference nito is that I'll highlight one lang, and that would be on the pedagogy or yung learning methodology. So, pag college, of course, or polytechnic, more applied learning or simulation siya. Okay, less on theory. And for some, what they do is they can actually bundle up later on. I should not use the word bundle up. +1, they can do 1+1. So you can on the first year, perhaps you want to go with IBM, you can do that. And on the second year, since you feel that you need one more year of studying, and maybe you want to have longer postgraduate work permit, then you can bundle it up with any program that you would be qualified for, of course, whether it's a postgraduate or a certificate program. Example, I would pursue IBM on the first year, and on the second year, I would take HRM. Or you can combine, maybe you're qualified for health informatics, and then you can go on a second year um, IBM. So that is also plausible. Okay, again, the rule of thumb, as long as you would qualify. And you may be eligible for 2 to 3 years of postgraduate. Again, it depends on how you would go about it. Okay. Next one is the conservative figure for the expenses, annual expenses for our students in TBay. And it depends on the accommodation. For Filipinos, I believe, and what's being commonly practiced is they'd go for a shared apartment. And this is more cost effective, as you can see if you compare it to other options for rental. Food, okay, for food option, and the utilities, and of course the transit bus, or we have a bus pass. So this is also included in your fee. You will have to pay an administrative fee. It depends on the intake that you're gonna go for. It could be from 140 to 200, if I'm not mistaken. And but you will have unlimited access for the bus pass in the transit route in Thunder Bay. And you can use this bus pass 365 days a year, so every day if you wish, and how many times a day you could go for it unlimited. And the insurance, of course, is covered already. It depends on what activities that you would want to go for. Okay, and this will be again the general expenses as a student. Okay, now what about the bursary? So we do have bursaries for student, and this is currently for January, but our January intake is already closed. So we have entry bursary or scholarships for May and September, and our this is actually first come first serve type. Parang ano siya, limited slots siya na basis. So the earlier that you apply, then you would be able to be given, of course, the entry bursary for this. Okay, 500 for certificate and diploma, sorry, and 750 for the postgraduate certificate. For the criteria, you can ask later on if you are quite curious about the entry bursary. And for our payment structure, if you're going through the regular study permit route, as mentioned, for example, the tuition fee and the school fees combined together is 16,500 per year. For the longest time, we've been requiring the Filipino students to pay one semester tuition fee. Also, it depends on what visa center would advise you. It depends sa profile niyo po. But like coming from the college, we can accommodate a low deposit fee payment. So you don't have to pay one semester, you don't have to pay one tuition fee in upfront. You can settle 2,500 and apply for your student permit, of course, together with your other documents. Okay, now, so before I end my presentation, let me wrap this up with this quick video, and also kindly pay attention to the right part of the screen. convinced that this is a great college for you. And if you are now ready, if your documents are ready and you're good to go to apply through our partner, the Visa Center, we are waiving your application fee of 95 Canadian dollars. And that's not bad, right? Sir June, kasi malaking factor din yung 95 Canadian dollars. So we are waiving the application fee. And of course, for our Filipino applicants, depends on the profile, we are also waiving IELTS. And we welcome high school graduates from the Old Philippine Curriculum, K-12 graduates, some university graduate, college graduate. You are very much welcome to apply at Confederation College. And hopefully you'll select this wonderful institution. So that ends my presentation. Thank you. And I now pass the virtual microphone to Sir Junie. Sir Junie, naka-mute ka yata.
Alright, so ayan, thank you so much, Miss Krystel, for your time. Ayan, so ang ganda ng presentation natin, kasi parang you covered yata yung halos 360 na information na kakailanganin ng mga international student, mga applicants natin. Kasi we understand, yes, there are some na interested talaga just to avail yung pagiging international student sa Canada. Of course, there are so many benefits, di ba? Kasi you will have that internationally acknowledged na the diploma, and of course the opportunity na maaaring maghihintay sa'yo. But then most of our viewers actually are really wanted to take advantage of some opportunities kapag naging international student sila. So you discuss about yung PGWP, yung co-op later on, yung support na pwedeng ibigay ng school. Kasi syempre, not everybody can really financially support yung kanilang pag-aaral. But then, yung Confederation mismo is actually like helping them to get a part-time job, di ba? And a lot more actually, super substantial nung presentation na ginawa mo. At malaking tulong yun para sa mga viewers natin. Okay, pero balikan natin yung ilang mga katanungan ng mga viewers natin ngayon. Kasi we apologize guys, kasi may ilang mga viewers earlier na, sir, kasi naka-duty ako, I think I cannot wait for the end of the presentation and all. But then to everyone who has the same schedule ng ganyan po, don't worry guys, naka-Facebook Live po tayo. So you can always go back and rewatch itong video na to later on para po mapuntahan nyo doon sa ating question and answer portion na with Miss Krystel. Okay, so patras na lang natin. So may question dito. Ito, let's start from Michael. Do you accept high school grad? Which is yung old curriculum nga, which na-mention ni Miss Krystel din yan kanina. So, Miss Krystel, na lang natin, rephrase na lang natin yung,
yes,
yung qualification nyo dyan.
Yes. This is also what makes the college quite unique and quite flexible. We do accept high school graduates from the Old Philippine Curriculum even without post-secondary qualification. Walang vocational, hindi undergrad, walang college certificate. We do accept without doing pre-sessional. Kasi normally, most of the colleges in Canada, kailangan mo mag 1 year ng foundation or pre-sessional. Eto, wala. So, you have to pay, and that's another 16 or 17,000. But at Confed, you can go straight to a certificate program or diploma program, whatever you would, qualify for. But what do we need? Syempre, meron din tayong requirements. Yung ating Form 137 or high school TOR, and then high school diploma, and at least 2 years of work experience. And sana nakarelate po, nakarelate siya doon sa program that you're gonna apply for. We base it on your CV. And last but not the least is a Duolingo. Duolingo is an English exam, but it's so easy. It's easier than IELTS, TOEFL, or other exam, international examination. And you can get the result in few days, and mas mura po siya. So yun lang po, sana Duolingo, high school record, and 2 years work experience.
Ayun. So finally, we have a solution na sa lahat ng mga viewers natin, kasi nga marami yung medyo frustrated na nito kasi high school grad kami and then hindi kami nakatapos ng let's say ng 2 years college sa Pilipinas. Kaya minsan there are some universities or colleges, na hindi maaring alanganin ang ang kanilang qualification for an
Mm.
international student. So ito guys, don't worry. Sa mga viewers po natin, whatever your profile, okay, since ito nga na-explain na no, ni Miss Krystel, kailangan lang po natin ng justification, okay, bakit ka mag-aaral doon. So kahit high school grad ka, but then they say, since ang experience mo is connected doon sa course na kukunin mo, for sure, the immigration officer will justify your purpose eh. Okay? Oo. And then, may magandang question dito kanina. Sige, balikan na natin from sa taas. So, ang tanong dito ni Red Apple, ayan, I wanted to hear from your side naman, Miss Krystel. Kasi sinasabi pa niya dito na ang student pathway daw na kukunin niya, kailangan daw hindi daw mag-exceed ng 5 years gap after the graduation or sa mga undergrad.
Yes.
Ayan.
Study gap. Oo. Kasi
parang
ano yan?
5 years ago, parang 5 years na siya nag-aaral eh. Parang nagtatrabaho na siya.
Actually, parang 90% of our students are from that profile.
See, good news.
Diba? Yan ang malaking percentage ng for coming from the Philippines are actually have already graduated long time ago, 5-10 years ago in fact. They've been working for quite some time, different occupations. So fortunately with the study pathway, meron lang siguro ibang school or institution that they would take it into consideration. But us, we would know na because you've worked and your next plan is to learn a new skill or level up, I guess, then why not? So it's not really an issue at Confederation College. Yeah.
That's true. Okay. So again, ulitin natin guys, if you are in the same situation with Miss Red, ayan, or Sir Red, I guess, ayan, kung ganun po ang iniisip nyo no, na nagiging cause why you're not starting your application, then wala pong problema yan. We just need a validation lang talaga ng purpose of your study. Kasi po pwede nga naman I agree with Miss Krystel kasi lahat naman after graduation, magtatrabaho ka na talaga. So later on mo lang na-realize na parang teka lang, you discover the advantage of, let's say, becoming a permanent resident, let's say, in Canada, and you're, di ba, the best and the fastest way to enter Canada talaga is through student visa or student pathway kasi patong-patong na yung advantages later on if you're going to apply kasi for permanent residency. Di ba, you will get additional score for your education, for your job experience, at di ba, plus the connection na meron ka doon. Ayan, kaya...
Connection to the community. Tama, sir.
Ayan. So ito na, kay may mga tanong pa dyan. Ito sabi naman ni Joey Nebreha. Ayan, graduate po ako ng HRM 2 years ago. If I study in Canada po ba, can I study apart from my industries? Ayun yung common question nila. Parang, kasi iba na nga naging experience nila, okay, compared to their education. So po pwede daw ba na mag-enroll siya that is connected to the employment or the job experience rather than doon sa employment? Anong masasabi mo doon, Ms. Krystel?
Yes, and we will also base it on the facts. This is again quite staggering information, and it's quite common wherein kung ano yung natapos mo may not be the job that you have also successfully landed, or maybe in career change, or you wanted to do a different career, and with all due respect, that's fine. And yes, we can rely it on either your graduate, your educational background, or your work portfolio. So, pwede nating align yun. Then you could, again, really expound further in your SOP, your study guide, your study plan, and then elaborate nyo lang why this is relevant sa inyong work and why it has to be aligned nga sa program na gusto nyo i-take in Canada. So yeah, it's actually not really an issue. Yeah.
Okay, itong pahapyawan ko muna to, no? Kasi nga we have an immigration education consultant to join us later on to answer this. Kasi although na-mention, gusto ko lang i-acknowledge yung question ni Russell. Kasi yung question niya about sa EITP, kasi nga, I think he is our applicant na. At sinasabi nag-apply pa daw siya ng last October. Okay, wala pa din kayong employer. So is there any way na maging effective ang pag-apply or pagsisend ng resume. So balikan ka namin, Russell, ha. Pero ito, just an update lang to everyone. We received couple of good feedback na of some of our applicants, okay? Ang reason lang, guys, that we are not sharing it, it's because may mga marami kaming clients na na-approve na due to privacy purposes, ayaw nilang i-share online. But then again, ulitin po natin, balikan natin Sir Russell. I hope you are still watching. And also, another thing is, sa mga viewers po natin, ito nga ang kagandahan ng The Visa Center, that we don't have an expiration sa inyong mga contract sa amin. Okay, lalo na yung nag-apply ng EIPP, na talagang dinagsa kasi siya ng EIPP before. It's because, di ba, Ms. Krystel, super ganda kasi siya dahil you have the work, at the same time, permanent resident ka pa. So, yun.
Oo, sir, sobrang ganda. Kaya nga minodel ko siya sa RNIP kasi that's really the best and the one of the most successful provincial nominee program. Ang ganda niyan. And di natin kasi sobrang ganda niya, very popular and it's also quite competitive. But there are may mga possibilities naman, di ba? Never give up.
Okay. Yes, oo naman kasi may ilan tayo na may iba kasi iba-iba yung profile. It depends on the needs of some employers kasi na nasa Canada. So, anyway, balikan natin yan. So, Criselda Montemayor, pwede ba malaman if in case I apply a student visa, ano yung mga categories ng PR if I'm applying, paano po mag-calculate ng 440 plus? Okay, Criselda, standby. Miss Laika, please take note yung mga question na to kasi ibabalikan natin yung mga question na to. This is for permanent residency. Okay. And ayun natin istorbohin niya si Miss Krystel. Okay.
Complicated yan.
Okay, ito na. So, siguro ko din pa-highlight to. There are some viewers kanina na nagtanong about sa scholarship. So, yung question natin dito is about sa scholarship, Miss Krystel. So, for example, ako wala pa sa Canada. No? I'm not yet a student of Confederation College and I'm applying now. Is there a chance that I can have the scholarship na bago pa ako pumunta ng Canada, or do I have to be the student muna bago ko ma-applyan yung scholarship na ino-offer?
Yeah, okay. So there are different kinds of scholarship. You can base it on your academic performance, or also we have the entry bursary, yung minention ko kanina. So that is for the Filipinos. And for that category, the entry bursary scholarship, that would be applicable, or they would be able to receive the scholarship 10 days after mag-commence yung klase. So, but they would know if they have made the cut like 1 or 2 months before the intake. So, kunyari, for May sila, we would know by a month or 2 before May, March, April na they have received and they have qualified, or they're part of the yung ating quota for this scholarship. And babalik sa bank account nila. So they have their they awarded na sila. And then they're already in Canada, nag-aral na sila. So 10 days after nila marireceive yung kanilang entry bursary.
Oo, pang accommodation din, di ba? Or pang tour. Pang-avail sa discounted tour na in-offer ng Confederation College.
Yes po. Tsaka yung ibang kasi may mga, kunyari, laboratory for, or meron silang mga, what I call this, maybe for books or what, we can apply that. Sayang din yun.
Yeah. Okay, this is very good, no? Kasi question ni Paul Ong, kasi we understand, guys, na isa sa pinakamagandang advantage, syempre, or benefits ng pagiging student, international student sa Confederation or sa Canada in general is that pwede mong dalhin yung family mo Pwede mong isama yung asawa mo and your kids. They will get free education. Yung partner mo naman or kumulo partner or asawa mo, pwede sila magtrabaho talaga ng open permit. Pero ito yung question ni Paul. Sabi niya, taga-Taiwan daw siya. Okay, if student visa po, paano po yung pagpunta sa Canada? Like yung house, if magkasama po ba sa isang unit? Kasi kanina, Ms. Krista, you mentioned about accommodation, right?
Yes.
So, syempre, that's for students. But then how about, kung may kids sila, meron din bang ino-offer na ganong option ang Confederation or wala?
Ayun, clarify ko, sir. Thank you for that question, and to Sir Paul, thank you as well. So meron din tayong a percentage na ating mga students from the Philippines and other countries, they really bring their family with them at the same time sabay-sabay sila na dumarating with their kids. And merong tayong mga websites. So si Confed kasi, what we do is we have listings. And it would be the responsibility, of course, of the student which they would go for. But we do have the bona fides. So ingat din po kayo kasi may mga scammers din, unfortunately. They take advantage. So, meron tayong mga legitimate sites na nakalagay yan sa college website. But however, we also have Filipino community. And thank you to the Filipino community in Thunder Bay for being so accommodating, and they've been so helpful also with the students. So if may parating, so through our partner, the Visa Center, they will inform us na ay kailangan accommodation ng one person or for family. Then I will help and assist and liaise this information. And meron tayong network doon that will be helping us. Yeah. So meron yan for family.
Okay, so yun guys, that's actually advantage to those who has no friends or relatives, lalo na sa Ontario area. And so don't worry po, still yung school will going to help you naman. But then yun nga, as per naman sa experience ng ilang mga clients namin na nasa Canada na, once na ang worry mo lang kadalasan is just to get a place during your maybe first week. Kasi later on, once you get to know na and get along with Filipino classmates or schoolmates, madali na ang lahat-lahat because Filipino friends can definitely share you information. So, parang dito sa Dubai, ganun lang naman tayo mga Pinoy, madali na lang tayo makipagkaibigan. Okay. So, ito may same question from Ina kanina. So, I think we answered that already. And ito, may question dito from, wait lang. Gumagalaw kasi yung natin, Okay. Okay, at mga permanent residency na yung ibang mga tanong. Okay. Ito na lang muna while waiting for some more question, Miss Krystel. Alam ko it's too late na sa Pilipinas ngayon. Guys, sa lahat mga viewers natin na may mga tuloy-tuloy po kayong tanong, our contact number is nasa ating screen. Okay, we can actually answer you in behalf of Miss Krystel for Confederation College. And also we are offering naman po free assessment and consultation. So we will take care of all of your questions, especially if whatever man yung iti-take yung pathway. It can be study pathway or if you wanted talaga na study pathway muna, then later on permanent residency. Kasi gaya nun, they have lawyers also helping you guys when it comes to your questions and clarifications and qualifications if you wanted to move to the next category ng visa doon. So yung ganun kaganda yung 360 service na binibigay ng Confederation College para po sa inyo to whatever plans man yung pagpunta nyo doon sa Canada. So now, talking about PGWP at saka co-op kanina, parang siyempre everyone would be interested na for them to stay longer, di ba? Kasi lalo na kung ang plano talaga nila is maging permanent resident dyan. So they will have more time to process yung documents nila and also to gain more experience maybe. Ayan, at saka yung co-op naman is parang siyang OJT, tama ba? Parang for Filipino setting or Philippine setting na you are working at the same time, the company is actually paying you. So, oo. So, saan yung tanong ko? So, yung dalawang to is, tawag nito, depende siya, Miss Krystel, sa kanilang, tawag nito, sa kanilang course na kinuha. So, pero meron bang minimum year na course ang kukunin ko? Kasi I know, parang meron kayong shorter course lang, meron naman 2 years. Para ma-qualify for PGWP, ilang years dapat yung kinukuhang course?
Okay, so 3 questions pala. So, ina-mention niyo po yung open work, co-op, yung co-op, and then dapat ba naka-align yung sa program, and then yung postgraduate work, kailangan din bang naka-align sa program yung trabaho na pag-applyan mo? Pwede rin yan, di ba? Tapos, yung number of years sa program that would be eligible for postgraduate work permit. Okay, so the staple, of course, as per IRCC, that would be 1 year or technically 8 months yung study period. So all our certificate program for the international student, that is of course 1 year or 8 months yung study period niya. And eto meron isang program called the Personal Support Worker. So for the first semester, yung 4 months, it's more theory and may konting lab. laboratory simulation. And then on the second semester, on the fifth month, you'll be exposed more on the paid internship or co-op. So parang 4 months ka lang talaga din nag-aral, and the 4 months would be for work exposure, more or less bandang 4 months. And then after pa nun, you would also be, this is springboard for you to find out. Kasi ang co-op, no, alam naman natin, OJT could be a possible network for your prospective employer. Importante yan. That's why you really have to level up. I-wave mo na ang bandera ng Pilipinas. Go lang. Pero possible siya. So, that's for the PGWP. So, if it's 1 year, it's a 1 year also of postgraduate. 2 years could be 2 to 3 years of postgraduate. And yung ang common is they would go for a 1 year or a 2 year program. Okay. And then, next one is about yung work. Yung co-op ba, kailangan naka-align yung work nila sa program. Yes, kailangan naka-align. If it's culinary management, definitely you'll be working at a restaurant, cafe, or hotel, wherever that would be at.
Yeah, kasi OJT nga eh.
Yes, kailangan. Next one is, what if yung work mo, hindi yun naman yung course na natapos mo, pero yung job offer mo is iba. For example na lang, natapos mo is business. Tapos yung job offer mo, nag-qualify ka sa food industry. Pwede yun. Kasi lalo na kung may work experience ka sa Pilipinas. Kasi under sa RNIP, Rural and North Immigration Pilot Program, in fact, hindi nga kasama ang work experience category eh. Pero ang minimum is 2-year education. I think medyo technical na yon. Later on na lang siguro. Pero hindi kailangan na yung program na tinapos mo ay same with the program or the job offer. Pero sana priority occupation siya para mas may advantage ka. So, madaming ganung stories eh. Yeah.
Okay. So yun, ayan, I think we have parang halos pare-pareho yung question, no? Siguro yung pinaka-last na question ko na, so everybody are sensitive when it comes to payment kasi. So this is our last question sa iyo, Ms. Krystel. Pero guys, remind ko lang po kayo, abangan nyo po kasi nga, we will have Ms. Krystel again, alright, for our next episode ng The Visa Center. Kaya if po you wanted to know more about Confederation College pa, maybe fokusan natin more on sa mga activity mo talaga as a student doon sa loob, at kung ano-ano pang mga information na kailangan nyo malaman. Ayan. So makakasama natin soon, very, very soon ulit si Ms. Krystel. So ito na, pera na pag-usapan natin, Ms. Krystel, kasi magkano ba ang kailangan ko, okay, na pera? Kasi for me, just to start my application, mag-enroll na sa Confederation College. Ayan, para at least I can start now. Kasi you mentioned kanina, close na ang January intake nyo. So you have May and
September.
Okay,
Yes.
so it means they will have more time, di ba? At least they can actually start their application now, and they will have more time to complete whatever man yung mga kakailangan ng documents later on to support your intent of applying as a international student po sa Canada. So, magkano yung on average lang? Kasi alam ko iba-iba yan when it comes to to courses. Magkano ang, let's say, initial na maaari kong kakailanganin para maka-enroll? Kasi 'di ba, I need to be enrolled first before I can actually process my student visa.
Yes. Okay. Thanks for that. And it's a great question kasi the study pathway, it's an investment. It's an investment. So may money talaga tayong ilalabas, and we're not denying the fact that it is, of course, quite costly, but we call it investment. So when you say investment, there is a return of investment. May ROI tayo dyan, di ba? Makikita nyo yun. You can do part-time work. You can work postgraduate. You can bring your family. They can study for free. They can receive monthly stipends. Doon pa lang, medyo may partial ROI ka na. May return of investment ka na, right? And for this, we are, again, since Visa Center is our partner, we are waiving the application fee of 95 CAD. So medyo konting nabawasan na. Sayang din yung $95. So you don't have to pay the application fee since you're attending the session with them. And once you've received your offer, you have completed your documents, submitted to them, and then you will be able to receive your offer. Medyo mabilis to It could be from 2 2 days to 1 week. Ang bilis ng aming release ng letter of acceptance. Once you have received your letter of acceptance, you have to settle your deposit fee, the one that Sir Juni actually mentioned about. Ito yung mag-guarantee na sa'yo na yung seat na yon. Kasi unahan, I'll be honest. Yung ating September, for some programs, ang dami nang nakapila. Some programs are about to close even for September. So it's a really a tough a battle of saving that seat. So once you have received your offer, you have 30 days or 1 month deadline yon to settle your first payment, which is part of your first semester tuition fee. On average, per year, the tuition fee plus the other fees, all fees together, ancillary fees, insurance, etc., all in, more or less nasa 17K, 17 Canadian dollar. But for the first payment, 2,500 muna tayo.
Ayun.
2,500. Yon.
We can start with 2,500 Canadian dollar.
Yes,
Ayun.
yes po. And then, next payment, you might be curious, kailan magabayad?
Actually, another question from the
Yes.
viewer earlier.
Ayun. The next payment will be the remaining of the first semester. That will be 2 months before the intake. So kung September po kayo, mga June of next year pa, babayaran. And then the last payment will be December 2022. That will be the second semester tuition fee. So 3 payments, no? Possible tayo. Yeah.
So the earlier, the better talaga kasi you will have more time, di ba, to pay, to save money and pay
Yes.
and start yung inyong pag-aaral sa Canada. Okay, isisingit ko lang to. I think this is connected with the payments kasi sa proof po ba dapat mamimit ang need na money for the first year or pwedeng kahit partial tapos habang nasa Canada na pwede na pag-ipunan? Okay, nasagot na ni Miss Krystel yung tanong na yan. Ayun. Okay, and then of course, ano to guys, no, since you are allowed, linawin natin to, especially to those who are mga first time na mag-tune in sa ating Facebook Live. Tandaan po natin, ang international student po sa Canada, hindi po kayo nag-aaral araw-araw. Okay? Classes can be 2 or 3 days a week. Kaya ibig sabihin, you can actually have more time to be with your family, with your kids, or at the same time, yun nga, makapaghanap kayo ng part-time job kasi nga, it's legal naman siya na magtrabaho ka doon part-time as a student visa. So yun.
Yes, Sir Juni, add ko lang, no? Kasi tama ka, it's not every day. The classes are not every day. And yes, they can really do part-time work on and off campus. Actually, pwedeng sabay. For off campus, diba 20 hours yung limitation? Yung on campus natin, actually unlimited yun eh. But
okay.
On campus, wala siyang limitations. But we have, of course, with our virtue is that your first intention is to study. Baka magka-problema sa time management skills. So, yun lang. Make sure that you'll be able to really prioritize your studies. And majority naman ng students natin talaga, they would stick with the certain hours lang because it's also quite the transitioning, different environment, different curriculum. Oh wow. So talagang adjust muna tayo on the first
different
year.
Weather.
Ayun pa, different weather pa. Pagkain. So madami pong simulation. It's not easy breezy. Maybe what you're seeing right now, parang everything is quite clear. Yes, but we want to lessen nga the unnecessary stress sana. We want you to plan things ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So yun guys, ang ating special guest ngayon. Ayan, maraming salamat siyempre kay Miss Krystel Valenzuela ng Confederation College. Ayan, sa mga viewers po natin dyan guys, if you wanted to know more and if you wanted to start your application, and po again, ulitin po natin our contact details nasa ating screen, nasa ticker, yung gumagalaw po dyan. You can save that. Yan po ang ating WhatsApp number. And you can actually book po ang inyong free assessment and consultation. So don't worry, to those who are not in the Philippines or are not in United Arab Emirates, pwede po kayo mag-process ng inyong mga applications, okay? Wala pong problema kasi you don't need to, kumbaga yung may pa-appearance ba yan, sir? Hindi po kakailanganin yan, okay? Kasi lahat ng documents naman po ay pwede po nating, pwede po nating isubmit online lang. So Ms. Krystel, before you say goodbye, any parting words muna sa mga kababayan natin na nanonood sa atin na tumutok talaga?
Yes, of course, definitely. First and foremost, I'd like to thank your viewers of Visa Center for tuning in our session today. Hopefully, naging worthwhile ang inyong time
Of
today.
course,
And
yes.
salamat. And I really, really appreciate those who are throwing in questions, because let's take advantage of this free session. We That's why I applaud those who are asking and throwing us all of these questions. Very, very good questions, in fact. So thank you very much. And this is only the first step. So what really matters is what to do next. The
Yes,
next
correct.
step, definitely, as consult first with our partner Visa Center on how to go about this plan. And this is not your journey alone. Maybe you need your family with you. Baka kunyari may problema rin kayo sa mga bagay-bagay. Yung pala, yung isang family member nyo pala makakatulong pala sa inyo. So you share with them about this great opportunity. And of course, to our partner Visa Center, thank you very much for having me. And I'm looking forward to our next session. We'll be discussing more particular, we can talk about key sectors in the area
Yes.
para mas
Okay.
maganda interesting din siya.
Oo.
So, maraming salamat Sir Juni and the team of Visa Center.
Yan. Thank you, Ms. Krystel. And of course, good evening sa dyan sa Pilipinas. Thank you. See you soon.
Okay. All right, bye
All right,
now. See
bye-bye.
ya. Bye-bye.
Okay. Alright, so yan guys, ang in-country manager of Philippines, ayan, ng Confederation College, dyan sa Canada, si Miss Krystel Valenzuela. So sobrang detalyado, no? Kasi ang maganda lang kasi sa Confederation College, nakikita natin na yung